Have you sharpened your claws, tiger? Because this is what Macan means in Indonesian. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the brand new Porsche Macan S. Well, we're going to hop in and see how sharp this tiger really is. But before we do so, I'm going to teach you a bit of history. Since 2014, Porsche has sold 350,000 Macans worldwide, and this includes 100,000 of them in China. Enough schooling for today, let's drive. So the facelift doesn't really shock us, and why should it? Yet you can recognize the new Macan right away by those taillights stretching across the entire back. They really pop at night, and today these lights are the trademark for Porsche. We've got them in the new 911 or the Taycan. Some hate it, some love it. Well, I'm the lover. We also have some new paint colors, with Mamba Green being my favorite, but Miami Blue isn't too shabby either. It's nice to have something this spicy in a country where we love our greys. Grey weather, grey cars, oh dear. So has it changed much? Well, it was the best small SUV in terms of driving dynamics. The steering and handling was and simply is just phenomenal. Porsche have tweaked the engine a little bit. They got a little bit more horsepower out of it, about 14 horses to be precise. They have also fiddled with and recalibrated the suspension and the chassis. And just when you thought it can't get any better, well, it did. So far, we've got two petrol engines to choose from. Porsche has dumped diesel in Macan altogether, despite diesel being their best seller. They've replaced it with the four-cylinder petrol engine that produces 245 horsepower. Now, before you start whinging, let's not forget, Porsche isn't a charity. It's a business that wants to make money. Yes, it's the same engine as we've got in Golf GTI, but actually I've driven this car, drifted this car back in the winter time, and it was absolutely lovely. But I'm no peasant today, oh no. And I got myself a 3-liter V6 engine which produces 354 horsepower, 480 Newton meters of torque. Now we've got both versions, GTS and Turbo, coming soon in Macan. Rumor has it there will also be Turbo S to compete with the likes of BMW X3, X4M, GLC 63. 0 to 100 is 5.3 seconds unless you get yourself Chrono Sports package, which I don't have today. Perhaps I'm a peasant after all, but that will get you from 0 to 100 in just 5.1 seconds. Alright, let's take a look at the boot space. A decent amount of room, and that's enough about the boot. So this car is super comfortable. It's a perfect, luxurious, long-distance cruiser. But there's no fluffiness here. This is a sporty SUV, so do expect a certain level of firmness. The visibility is very good. You're sitting slightly higher up, seeing everything that there is to see. The car is also very quiet. However, when you push it to its limits, I mean really push it, yes, there is a little bit of a wind whistle coming through. Now the seats, I mean, where do I begin? As if Porsche has come in and they measured your body and they've made those seats just for you. They are absolutely lovely, and you feel it as soon as you get in, and you know this is not a car for peasants. But when you really start to appreciate these seats is in the sport mode. Foot down, because they hold your body where they're supposed to hold your body. Oh yeah. It's just become so aggressive, this car. The air suspension lowers, you know, everything stiffens up quite significantly. At this point in time, you also feel the bigger bumps, but you also have so much more fun. You know, you get this distinctive thump in your back that makes you feel alive, really. And you know, this is not another silly SUV. There are no pretenses here. And this cookie is fast. You know, the throttle response in a normal mode, well, there's a tiny bit of a delay, but I'm talking Porsche perfection terms, huh? In the sport mode, well, think about a Thunder. It just comes, boom. And this is exactly what happens here. You put your foot down and this car fires off like a rocket. What I like to call it a controlled Thunder. I mean, look at me, what happens with me? I just become like an unleashed animal with this car. Oh, I did miss Macan. Such a confident little little monster. It's keen to turn, it's keen to fire off. The body doesn't roll at all. The steering is sharp, it is precise, and yes, at this point in time you have already forgotten that you are actually driving an SUV. In terms of sound, there's a nice bark going on here. It's not too loud, it is very classy. However, if your vocal needs are significant, then I would recommend getting that sport exhaust put in. We've got PDK automatic gearbox. I always say that Porsche gearboxes and there's everything else, because this is how good this gearbox is. Sure, you've got the paddle shifters you can play with, but quite frankly, this gearbox is going to be quicker than you. Unless, of course, you want to have a bit of fun and make a bit of noise going uphill or downhill, then by all means, because you're gonna have some fun. Alright, and what is the situation in the back of the new Macan S? Well, both seats have been adjusted for my height, which is 5.6, 170 centimeters, and I still have a very decent amount of leg room, a very decent amount of headroom. Third person? Yeah, no, don't try it. You've got this big thick panel in here, but you can definitely fit in a couple of chihuahuas, a couple of possums here, or perhaps a couple of adults. That is if you like to carry people in your brand new shiny car. So there are some significant changes in the cabin when it comes to connectivity and the dashboard look. The air vents have been moved down here to accommodate a large 11-inch touchscreen. The system itself is easy, straightforward. We have now voice command and all the other advanced gimmicks. And finally, Porsche has caught up with competition when it comes to infotainment. Now the layout here is really nice, clean and cluttered. Down here there's a lot going on. I mean, a lot of buttons. It takes a while to get used to, but once you do, it's pretty straightforward. The quality of the materials and the finishing, well, it's Porsche class. The look, the smell, the touch is just sensational. Alright, let's talk money, honey. Macan S starts from 85,500 Swiss francs, which is more or less an equivalent to the US dollar. The model over me today is worth 112,000. It just shows you can get carried away quite a bit with all the options and extras. Now, the 4-cylinder is cheaper by 5,600. In my opinion, if you're a petrol head, you love Porsche, probably the V6 is a good place to start. Now, the 4-cylinder, don't whinge and complain. The 4-cylinder is actually a nice level entry Porsche. Has been improved here and there. I mean, they've had an excellent base to start with. Now they offer a more customized approach to make us feel special. We all want to feel special, don't we? And with this approach, they're certainly going to smash that Chinese market even more so. Compact, nimble, luxurious, but so powerful and so fun. Let's not forget that this is still a small family car, but when the claws come out, oh boy, it certainly lives up to its name. That is the Tiger. Quite frankly, you can't find anything this good of this size on the market today. And it puts such a huge smile on my face. I mean, I absolutely love it. I always say Porsche is Porsche, and this brings me to the end of this video. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. A big thank you to Inga and Christiana from Porsche Switzerland for lending me this car. As always, I look forward to your questions and your comments. I wish you a wonderful day, whatever that you're doing, and I shall see you all very soon. Bye! And pedal to the metal, let's do this!